here at Love Park in the beautiful city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where Cerealville City was born almost 3 years ago. And I just attended today Wizard World Comic Con. Now this is the second year in a row I was grateful enough to receive press credentials for it. And this year, Wizard World's really cool, okay? But in certain aspects, I kind of have mixed emotions about it. Because, well, actually I didn't realize this until the end. But the main event area at Wizard World, it's definitely worth the money to bring your family and your kids. Definitely 100% worth the money. I'll get to the mixed emotions part of it on the more technical side in a few minutes. But last year I came here on a Saturday. The place was slammed with people, and this year it's like, all right, get a chance to get a better feel for it this year. Get down here on a Friday, second day of it, where it's during the day where it's not going to be as crowded. And just take some time out and really enjoy it and really check it out. Now, thankfully, from last year, I learned a valuable lesson where after hitting the Artist Alley, which is I walked in, did a beeline right for the Artist Alley and all the indies. But after that, it's like, all right, take this thing apart row by row, and that was very smart. So I did learn. But I wasn't here for the celebrities. They get a couple reasons. They're constantly getting swamped by people. Halfway through the day, they're probably exhausted already. Just talking to people, signing autographs and everything. So one of the cores of Cerealville City is to support independent creators. So I immediately headed towards, I really want to highlight a lot of the indies there, get their cards, check out their, whether it's authors, artists, whatever, and check them out. And that goal was easily achieved here. Now, with Wizard World, you have one main room where you have a majority of the con, which is your celebrities, your cosplay, they have live music there and different events there and different performers there. You had your vendors, your artists, your indies. You get the point. And also food, by the way, and most importantly, restrooms. Don't ask. But and the layout of it, you really needed to get the map there, especially if you've never been there before. Now, I just kind of had an idea of where everything was at, so I just didn't pay attention to it. But after 3 hours of walking around, yes, it did take me 3 hours. Yeah, it took me 3 hours to walk every row and at least see every vendor, every artist there. So make sure you have, when you come down to this, make sure, whether it's this year or next year, make sure you have time to kill, because you're not going to blow through this thing unless you're there to see one celebrity. You're in and you're out. You will not blow through this thing fast. Trust me, I can blow through an event fast. I can't do it. Now, the mixed emotion part, I'm going to kind of skip around here. The mixed emotion part comes from this year I expected it to be larger than what it was, okay? Didn't mean to give you vertigo. But I really expected for it to be a little larger than what it was. And there was actually a chance to speak with one of the attendees at Sophie's Creator University workshop. And I said, okay, what do you like? What did you like about it? What didn't you? And I did bring up the fact that there was a little too much space between the end of your main area and the walls. But thinking about it, that actually works though, because there was one moment where I'm like, section of wall, people sitting against it. I need a quick break. I gotta hit the Diet Coke and just take a breather. So it works, but it could have been a little more. I don't know. There are restrictions or limitations from the Pennsylvania Convention Center, but it could have been the aisles could have been a little more wider and spread out. Now, again, going into the technical side, walking around, granted, it wasn't overwhelming. There wasn't a lot of people there. I'm here on Friday. I learned from last year about coming on Saturday when it's slammed. But I remember last year on Saturday, it was, you had 2 and 3 people, you had a group of people. It became very kind of tight to move in between the aisles, especially if you're trying to blow through like I was. So they could, if they're permitted by the Pennsylvania Convention Center to spread it out, there could be a little more space in between a lot of the aisles, especially when you're in the vendor section or the artist alley. There were sections that did have a wide space. The aisles were fairly wide, to be completely honest and neutral about it. But other than that, it's really cool where, Wizard World is a really cool Comic-Con to go to, Wizard World Philly, because, like I said, I went there for the indies. Celebrities, nothing against them. They're really cool and everything. They're overwhelmed, but they're people just like us. So, and one of the main reasons why I love going to the indies is, in addition to supporting them, because I know what it feels like, is you actually have more time to talk to them. You're not on a real tight, where like with the celebrities, okay, they have a line, hello, how's it going? Maybe have time to ask them one question, get their autograph or photo, boom, you're done. Whereas with the indies, there were some of them that, authors that, I'm also an author, that I talked to for 5 or 10 minutes, and they were thrilled, and they were actually thrilled to, ask them questions and everything. Now, Wizard World has had a very good balance of celebrities, vendors, and artist creators. I use that term now. And I had a chance when I came back for the workshop to actually speak with Jerry Milani, who's in charge of the press, and he said that I think there were at least 25 that they really tried to pull from the local talent here in Philadelphia and surrounding areas. He said there were at least 25 local vendors and artists here, which I really loved. I'm from Lehigh Valley. There was, I forget what it's called, but up in Lehigh Valley, there was a comic book place from Lehigh Valley down here. So they really, at Wizard World, they really try to emphasize and really touch base and include the local community, the local areas also, which I find very cool. There's still 2 days left, Saturday and Sunday. If you can't get to Wizard World this year, I checked it out online. It's definitely worth the admission for you and your family. Bring your kids here. You can dress up in costume, cosplay, and have a great time, but you don't have to. I'm wearing jeans, t-shirt, and sneakers, and you can have a great time and really have a chance to, meet famous people, but also people that 5 years from now, people I talked to 5 years from now, they might be in the celebrity booth. So Wizard World definitely should be on your list for next year. Take a vacation, whether it's Philly, whatever city they're in, and definitely check it out. Michael Phoenix, founder and staff at Storyville City Online, its ancestor, predecessor of Valley and Beyond. Please go to Thanks to Sponsors page. Support those people and businesses. Without them, things like this could not happen, period. I couldn't do any of this for almost the past 6 years. To everybody out there, social media, in person, etc., in the virtual world, thank you so much for all the support. You're the other half of what keeps it going. I'm going to take some time out, take my own advice, take some time out and enjoy of this crazy thing we call life, and enjoy being in Philadelphia for a few minutes.